something going forward that's so much fun. So we're like, okay, how do we rebrand it from like the Death Dolls to the Death Dolls? And it's the evolution of it. We found it. We found the new sound. We found the new band. And that at that point, there is a question of, okay, is there new members needed for the band? And you mentioned Jody. I love Jody. I think she's got a great vibe. I think she'd fit well with us. But what instrument does she play?
That was a really good question. I think she could be like bass or something, you
She'd
know.
be a good bass. Or I think she's
Yeah.
got big drummer energy, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
like the
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Shakers Den with the Salt Shakers, the dominant tag team here at Women's Wrestling Talk. I am the Big Barbie, Nikki Bougie, and of course, I am not alone. I have my tag team partner here, the EIC of Women's Wrestling Talk, Dreon Santana. How are you doing this evening?
I am great, honestly. I mean, we have a really, really big special guest in the building. Someone I think we've been waiting on for
Yes.
quite some time. So I think it's very warm welcoming to have.
Oh,
Very,
hey.
yes, very warm welcoming. I've been waiting on this for about 2 months now. I had said something about this and kind of manifested this. So before we get started, we have to introduce, she is a part of the Death Dolls, none other, and it's time to get sick. So if you're not ready to get sick, please leave the area.
Yeah.
Courtney Rush is in the building, Women's Wrestling Talk. First time having Courtney Rush here. So we are excited to see what's going to happen. How are you doing, Courtney?
I'm doing great. By the sounds of it, I'm a little bit late. I apologize. That's why I'm always in a rush.
I love that. No, you're just on time here at Women's Wrestling Talk. We're going to get right into it because we know you are busy traveling, doing your thing, and we want to make sure that the fans know how much we love and appreciate Courtney Rush. Now, we are gearing up for Impact 1000. There is so much history, especially in the Knockouts division. Courtney, talk about your mental, how you're getting prepared, and what you want fans to see and really develop with Impact 1000.
I'm fangirling out. Like just the names announcing, and then it makes you like start to like go, oh my god, who else is gonna be there? Like literally just looking over the list before going over the media and looking over, I'm like, okay, I know Gail's coming back, that's ridiculous. Like Kong's coming back to wrestle, that's insane. And then like Team 3D's reuniting, and then I saw American Most Wanted is coming back. I'm like, this night's gonna be wild. So like now I want to know what other knockouts are gonna be there, right? I'm sure you guys do. Come on, fill it up, fill it up. I want some Roxy Laveau. I want some Ayako Hamada. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, with Impact 1000, it's, I mean, since Nikki and I saw, I was like, oh my God, who could happen? That huge team, like knockouts, tag matches happening with partners that we wish that we knew about. But nonetheless, I mean, Courtney, your time in Impact has been absolutely amazing, from character switches and, you know, going over to your more theatrical side, because of course you have a background in theatrical stage and everything like that. So I mean, like being in your character, Courtney Rush, it just feel like you're just really like you. Like every day you're like you're really Courtney Rush.
Mostly, yeah. Maybe a little bit more subdued, but I feel like this is like a venting. Like, you know, when like a nuclear reactor just needs to be vented sometimes. I feel like Rosemary's a nuclear reactor, and I'm venting right now and getting out of all this energy, all the Courtney Rush energy, and then she'll be ready to take over and get the plot going again.
Speaking of taking over, it's very funny because the Death Dolls, of course, adding on to Taya Valkyrie, you know, missing Taya now, having an influence with Jody Threat. How has it been with you and Jessica, and how do you keep that creativity mind flowing each week?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I liken it. I mean, we're a band, right? Like I liken us to a band. The Death Dolls, think of it like that. And like, there's a lot of bands that have died when they lose one of their members, and there's a lot of bands that have continued and found a way to, and found a new direction and found a new creative path to go on when they lose a member. Especially like someone like Ty, obviously, like when we were like a three person band, it's kind of all three members are very prominent, right? Like it's not like a lesser member of a group of 10 disappeared. So it's not a matter of like replacing Taya. There's no replacing Taya. It became somewhat of, it was left with Rosemary and Jessica, and then it really became more of a question of how do we rebrand the Death Dollz band to keep moving it forward, because that was something we definitely did not want to lose. The Death Dollz, there's something there's something going forward. It's so much fun. So we're like, okay, how do we rebrand it from like the Death Dollz to the Death Dollz? And it's the evolution of it. We found the new sound, we found the new band, and that at that point there is a question of, okay, is there new members needed for the band? And you mentioned Jody. I love Jody. I think she's got a great vibe. I think she'd fit well with us, but what instrument does she play?
That was a really good question. I think she could be like bass or something, you know.
She'd be a good bass. Or I think she's got big drummer energy, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's like the red hair and everything. I feel like she would definitely be a huge threat, adding to being a Death Doll as well.
Oh, I see what you did there.
A little something. But with you and Jessica, I mean, when you became, you know, Courtney Rush, you guys ended up winning those knockouts tag team titles, and you end up losing them, and then you're getting back into the mode of trying to get those titles back in any way possible. Exactly. Even working with like Santina Murad, I remember the backstage segment you guys did. You guys was like whispering, trying to figure out like how we're going to get ourselves into this tag match. You know,
he's a tough nut to crack.
He really is. And it's just like, well, he gave you guys an idea, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I have to find out who that mysterious stranger was. He has some really good ideas.
Got a lot of questions, trying to still figure that out. I think we're still investigating that in a sense and everything like that. But I mean, you guys did come up short and everything. And I mean, you know, what are some strategies you're gonna have to work for to getting back those knockout tag titles? Because MK Ultra, I mean, they are dude, really showcasing their dominance right now.
Dude, can I just express to you how terrifying it is when you're standing out there and your rock music's going, you're having fun, you're vibing with the crowd, and all of a sudden, boom, and this dull light red just bathes everything, and you kind of question my choices at that point. maybe I could just go to the back and not get almost dead. So Gary, that's a great goal right there. Going forward to get those titles back, I'm going to not let MK Ultra drop me on my head again. That's a good place to start right there. But I think yeah, it goes back to what we were sort of just talking about, is that there's a lot of backup in the knockouts division. Nobody really runs by themselves. Everybody runs in a pack, which is smart. And that was one thing that we had when we had Taya, was the numbers. And that's something that the Death Dollz have not had for a while. And that's like in our disadvantages. We haven't had someone to watch the numbers. We haven't had someone to keep Jay Vidal in check on the outside, you know? So maybe that would be, I mean, we were kind of joking about it, but maybe it would be a direction to even like just an ally, someone to watch our backs, you know?
That is funny. That is good. The first name that comes to my mind is Deonna Purrazzo, because she kind of doesn't have anybody. She could help.
Backed it up herself.
Right? From Rosemary to Courtney Rush to the Death Dollz to everything that you've done in Impact Wrestling, so many historic matches, Monster Balls matches, six-sided cage matches. What's been your most historic match for your career, and what's the one thing that you remember going back to that you always remember that you had the most fun doing?
I love a Monsters Ball. I do. I love a Monsters Ball, and specifically because it means so much to Abyss, who means so much to me, but also because like my very first one with Jade as Rosemary back in, that was like January or February 2017.
Yes.
Abyss agented that, and Abyss was like teaching me like how to structure these and how to tell a story in a Monsters Ball, and how to like just be like getting the lessons, like the correct, like the procedure of a monster's ball from the monster, the master himself. Like it's that match has always meant so much to me. And there's been a lot of like I've been in like some really good cage matches. There's been some amazing matches that I've had out there, but I just think because of that connection, because it was Abyss who taught me, the monster's ball means everything to me.
Now, with historical matches and everything like that, there comes a time where you have those tough opponents that you step in the ring with. So, you know, whether Courtney Rush or whether Rosemary, I mean, who would you say have been some of your toughest opponents you stepped in the ring with?
Jessica. either as Jessica or Havoc. She is somebody who's always pushed me. I think we push each other. I've had some of my best matches with either form of her, and she's just somebody who we never really were. There's an old saying, you always hit your friends and your family harder. But that's because you know that like you know the two of you are in the same place. So like if something lands like maybe a little off, you're not gonna hold it against each other. You're gonna know you're out there like both trying to like put on the best show. And Jessica, like I really feel like the people who are some of my best friends in this business are the ones who I've had my best matches with, and the ones who push me. Jessica, Allison Kay, Allie, like Taya Valkyrie. Like literally my best friends are the ones who make me step up and realize that I can go better than I thought in the ring. And I mean, that's why they're my besties.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I know you were looking for Allie for a couple months, so I'm glad Courtney Rush did find her. With that being,
anyway.
it was a crazy run. With that being said, we have a lot of fans in Impact Wrestling, like myself, like Santana, who are very faithful. But then you have a lot of people who are getting back into Impact.
Yeah.
What is, if you had to name 2 matches, 1 match including yourself, and then 1 match that you just love yourself, 2 matches that you would tell people to go back and watch that are the epitome of Impact Wrestling? For
like recent?
It can be...
Or
it can
whatever,
be
you're just getting
anything that involves Impact TNA.
Okay. That involves myself. So we'll go. My favorite match still is that Monsters Ball from Slammiversary with Rosemary, Havoc, Taya, and Su Yung. Just amazing. Just the way it came, like we couldn't have gone any better. It was incredible the way things went, and just the feeling after was so cathartic. And we me and Ty called Abyss after like talked to him, and like so just that match 100%. And I think if there's another one, if like classic tier, like all time, I'm gonna go with Lockdown, Abyss and AJ. That's like one of the best steel cage matches, bar none. It's so well told. Everything is amazing in it. It's incredible. And if you like blood, that comes with it. And I know that's also one of Abyss's favorite matches of his career. So I have a theme.
Very much so. And speaking of theme, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk anime, because I know you have like your Dragon Ball Z collection. I am wearing my Demon Slayer shirt. So, you know, like anime is like, it's like a huge part of your life. And I know that Gohan is like one of your faves, despite, you know, all the other things that he does and everything like that. But outside of Dragon Ball Z, what are some of your favorite animes that you like to watch?
So I call it my gateway anime was Full Metal Alchemist. That's the one that really got me. I was like, okay, this is where the characters and the stories exist that I want. Let's go. I want dark stories. I want crazy ass shit. So Full Metal Alchemist, that's on the inside of my arm. I don't know if we can see it very good here, but I have all the sins are up on the tricep, and then the Eldrick brothers are here. I'm obsessed with Full Metal Alchemist. I love it so much. I think it's incredible. Some of the best stories. If you want to get into anime and really want to sink your teeth into something, I recommend Brotherhood, because it's just better. It's like it's better cut and better concisely told. And then if you really want more, go out to the other stuff. But I say right now, it'd be ridiculous not to talk about Attack on Titan. Just the fact, the finale coming up.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know, and I watch it dubbed, so I have to wait. So
Very
it's
much
killing me to try and avoid spoilers, but literally, so I'm at like it's only the 2 hour long finales left. So literally coming up to like where the whole army's approaching, and I'm like, holy, how did we get here?
Are you a Jaegerist or no?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love Aaron.
I love Aaron too. Listen, he does nothing wrong. He's doing good.
He's doing exactly what he always told us he would do from the very start of the show, was that protect his family no matter fucking what.
Exactly.
I can't argue with him, because everything that the world has shown is proving him right.
Absolutely.
Is this the way to go? No. But is he wrong? No.
Crazy times. I think that's a good segue to end our time here with Courtney Rush. Before we get out of here, of course, Courtney, let everyone know where they can follow you and catch you on the social medias.
Absolutely. At RussellMania on Twitter and Instagram. And then catch me and Andrew Everett run a weekly World Wrestling Fire Pro World SimFed show on Twitch every Tuesday at Andy E Plays. So come check that out. I like writing batshit stories for my little sprites.
Oh, yes. Please check that out. Of course, you can catch Courtney Rush and her tag team partner, the Death Dollz, with Jessica, giving all the dominance every week. Impact on Access TV. And of course, catch the Salt Shakers following after on Women's Wrestling Talk on the #1 Impact on Access TV post show every week. This has been Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Yeah. Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.